Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Romance Languages live show. Let me just turn on the lights because I forgot about that. Yes, welcome, everybody. This is the second episode of the show on this channel, the Romance Languages Hub, which is a subdivision of the Ecolinguist channel, and it's all about meeting you live. So you will be able to call me live during the stream, and we will be improvising language challenges. Language challenges dedicated to the Romance languages. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I do this kind of language challenges on different channels, and I'm trying to keep different language families separate for now, just so the live streaming experience is a little bit smoother, and we can actually do more challenges that are dedicated to one language family at a time. It was just too complicated to navigate multiple languages families on the Ecolinguist show. So we're trying this approach now. You guys said in the poll that you would like to have more mutual intelligibility challenges, and you'd like to have more opportunities to call in. So this is it. You can call me in live and we can improvise language challenges. Let me just have a look at the chat. We've got lots of regulars, so welcome, everybody. And I know that some of you follow all language families, so that's great. You're all welcome here, because this channel is not only for people who are native speakers of Romance languages. It's for everybody who is interested in the topic of Romance languages, or is currently studying Romance languages. So whether you are a native speaker or non-native speaker, you can call in and we can just talk about this. You can talk about Romance languages and we can improvise mutual intelligibility experiments and challenges. And I already see that people are calling in, which is great. But if you are new to the show, or you just joining and you are confused, you don't know how to join the live stream, there is a link in the description below that is going to take you to a registration form. You need to be registered to be able to get the instructions on how to join the live stream. It's very easy, actually. You just need to get the link that connects you with the software that I'm using. I'm using Ecam Live. And after registration, you should receive an email with the link with all the instructions how to join. What's important that often people forget when they join is that I want to know your name when you are logging in, and you're asked for your name. Just put your name and your native language next to it. Like you see here, my name is Norbert and my native language is Polish. This will help me go through the line of people who are calling in, and I will be able to tell who is the best match for the challenge that we are about to do on the show. So that's going to make things much easier. You can add more languages that you speak into this little name box, but I don't think that you will be able to fit in all the languages. So the most important is just your native language. But when we connect, you will be able to tell me what more languages do you speak and what we can do with it. So please remember about that. And another thing before you join is just make sure that your audio setup is pretty decent. Like if you have a headset, it would be wonderful if you could use some sort of headset, because otherwise we're gonna have weird feedback noises or humming in the background, and it's not a great experience for anybody to watch that for an extended period of time. So try to get your best setup, and we'll see. You know, if your setup is good, you may be able to stay on the line for longer. But if your setup is bad, maybe you will have to disconnect after one or two challenges, just because it's going to be very difficult to watch it later for people who are watching the replay. So I'm trying to make the best possible quality for everybody to enjoy these shows. So just make sure bring your best setup, basically. So whatever you've got, bring it into the show. Same with the cameras. It doesn't have to be perfect. The camera doesn't have to be perfect, but decent. You know, most people, if they use their mobile phones, their camera should be fine for this purpose. It doesn't have to be perfect, but like okay quality at least. And also, before you call in, think about what kind of challenge would you like to participate in. Would you like to be running the challenge and maybe having other people guess the words that you describe in your language, or maybe you want to be a guesser? But either way, think about it beforehand. So that's going to make the experience of the show a bit smoother for everybody. So one tool that I can recommend for you to check out is random word generator. I'm actually going to copy this link and paste it into the main chat. So if you are getting ready to get online with me, you can try this random word generator. And the words that this generator generates are in English, but treat them as inspiration for the game. So just to give you some ideas, you know, you want to select the Pictionary. Pictionary usually is the game format that is closest to what we are doing here. So the words that you're gonna get from this generator are should be good for the game. You can also use different levels, like hard is probably the best, because you see this is an example of words that you can get, like printer ink. Maybe ink would be a good word to describe. Wheelie, that's very American. Cuckoo clock, yes. Tourist, judge, anything like that. You see, you can just keep generating words until you have a good idea of a challenge that you'd like to present on the show. So yes, there is that. I think I've covered most of the things. Let me just switch to the intro here, a different screen, and So it's you can also message me in the chat here. So Charto is saying that his experience with registration was fine, or maybe someone was asking about the registration. Yes. So if you have any troubles registering, just try a different browser. You can try a different device. The devices you can use to join are like mobile phone or your laptop or your even stationary computer is fine. If you have some sort of a headset and a webcam, that should be fine. A tablet, with tablets you might encounter some problems. I know that people tried that in the past and they had some troubles connecting. With some people it worked fine, so it's really hard to tell. I would have to look at every individual case to be able to advise anything. But for some people, tablets work. For some people, don't. So mind that and think about it before joining. Yes, let's see who is connecting. Okay. So I see we have Claudio, Stefan, Severin, Peter. Great. So just try to connect and I will add you. I see you guys are registering right now. I can see your entries. So it's just a matter of time before you will be able to connect, I suppose. Ooh, a Romanian speaker. That would be great if a Romanian speaker could join us today. Yes, we are still waiting. If you have any trouble connecting, just let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, I will add the first guest, which is going to be, Peter, I think. I added Peter because Peter started calling me first. So Peter, you're going to join me now. Let me switch to the window. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Norbert. Thanks for having me on again.
Welcome back to the show. Yes, Peter, I remember you called a week ago or 2 weeks ago, right?
I think it was 2 weeks ago with the general, like, it ended up being Germanic, but
On
yeah.
the Ecolinguist channel. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I remember. So this time this is the Romance languages live show, so it's dedicated to Romance languages. So could you tell us what Romance languages do you speak?
Yeah, I speak French and Spanish and a little Italian.
French and Spanish and a little Italian. Okay, that's good. So you don't have any experiences with Romanian or
I
Portuguese?
mean, I've looked at them, but I wouldn't say I have like a lot of experience with them.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, but
So
you're
yeah,
a native English speaker, right? For people who
yes.
haven't met you yet, you're a native
Hmm.
English speaker. Okay, that's great. So which Romance language is the strongest for you?
French.
French. French is the strongest. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh, that's good. And French actually is considered not to be very easy to understand for speakers of other Romance languages.
So I understand, yeah.
Yeah, but did it help you learning other Romance languages like Spanish or Italian?
Oh yeah,
It
big
helped you.
time. Because like in French, there's all these strange pronunciation rules, but if you just pronounce the words like they look, you end up with something closer to Spanish or Italian. So when I see Spanish and Italian, it's easy to recognize the words because it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of more the traditional pronunciation that you would think. I think it would be harder to go the other direction, like from Spanish to French.
So you say that you studied French extensively and you actually studied across different times. So maybe have you studied at university? Like, have you studied like Old French or something like that? Or
Oh, not
what do you
not
mean
really.
by older pronunciation?
No, I mean, like if you just pronounce it like Latin would be pronounced,
Mm,
I
mhm,
think
mhm,
that's Spanish and Italian and Portuguese and maybe even Romanian have stayed a little closer to the Latin pronunciation, and
mhm.
French is just, off in the left field.
Okay, so you're just saying that if you like apply pronunciation rules that Latin uses or other Romance languages to French spelling, then it kind of comes out as something more intelligible, more comprehensible
Yeah.
to speakers of other Romance languages. Okay. What about your Italian? Because I have an Italian speaker calling in, so I was just thinking if.
It's there's a little bit. I mean, to me, Italian is like I have to go through Spanish to get to it and then like apply these transformations, which sometimes doesn't work. So, I mean, I think Italian is like a couple extra mental steps for me to get there, but I
Uh
have
huh.
some experience with it.
Uh huh. And what's your speaking ability when it comes to Italian?
Not real great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could do a little bit, but it's not great.
Uh huh. Okay, I see. That's fine. I think we can add Leonardo now, and you other people who are watching, and I see that you've registered. So try to call in. If you have any issues, just let me know in the chat. Um, uh, yes. So Claudio, for example, says like he doesn't want to join because he doesn't want to disturb us. So you guys can call in and stay on the line. So you will be just listed on my in my queue, and I will be able to add you whenever I'm ready. But you won't be disturbing me. So if you call, you're not disturbing me at all. Uh, um, Great. So let's add Leonardo first. Uh, okay. Let's see.
Uh,
Hello,
okay,
Leonardo.
hello Norbert. Thanks for having me again.
Hi, Leonardo. Welcome back to the show. This isn't your first time even here. I think you called to Romance Languages Hub also in the past,
I
right?
think I did. I am not sure actually. Actually, oh yeah, I tried to call in, but then you didn't manage to accept me because we were going through over to the end of the live stream, so you didn't manage to accept me. But I tried. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, anyways, you've been a frequent guest of the show. Just to remind everybody where you come from and what languages do you speak.
So I am Leonardo. I come from Italy. I'm actually half Italian, half Dutch, and I actually speak quite a lot of languages. So concerning Romance languages, it's Italian, French, and Portuguese. But then I also speak Dutch, obviously, English, um, a bit of modern Greek, a bit of Mandarin, and a tiny little bit of German. And I am trying to learn Japanese because I am going to Japan this summer. So I'd like to start to have basic conversations with locals. Basically, that's yeah.
Wow, that's great. So you just keep expanding your knowledge of languages, Leonardo.
Yeah, yeah,
Every time you call, there is
exactly.
another language that you added to your
I
list.
yeah, I hope that with this setup, it's better than usual.
Yeah, actually, the setup is I think it's better than usual. So
Okay,
that's great.
so
The sound quality is
I'll
good.
I'll use these then. When I'm connected, I'll use these. Yeah.
Yes, so I was thinking about the challenge for you and Peter, and since Leonardo, you are a native Italian speaker, but you also speak very good Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah, so since Peter has studied Italian before, but he hasn't really been studying Portuguese, maybe we could come up with a Portuguese word to describe Leonardo. Have you thought about a
Yeah.
word that you'd like to use for the challenge, or?
Uh, um, yeah.
Yes, okay, that's good. That's good then. So, If you are okay, Peter, with that, we can proceed to the challenge. So, Peter,
Sure.
you can pick whatever Romance language you want in this challenge, because you will have to kind of have a conversation with
Ask
Leonardo about
questions
things,
in
ask
French and
questions,
whatever.
maybe. So you can pick whatever language you feel most comfortable with, or you like to practice.
I'll do French. I'll ask forgiveness from all the French speakers out there right now.
Cool. That's great. Yes. So, Leonardo, whenever you're ready, let's move on to.
I am there.
Oh, okay.
Então, vou falar português de Portugal, porque espero que vai ser mais fácil para ti para perceber. Mas é um objeto bastante grande que utilizamos, que a gente pode utilizar todos os dias para ir para a rua. Por exemplo, quando para um objeto que a gente vai dirigir indo de fora da casa, basicamente. Estás a ir de fora da casa e, por exemplo, queres ir para o centro da cidade e não sabes como é que podes ir. Então utiliza deste objeto para fazer, basicamente. Hum, é um objeto bastante grande, mas digamos que não é normalmente, não tem a possibilidade de transportar 4 pessoas, só 2 e não está coberto. Não é, por exemplo, não tem portas.
Alors,
Tens.
c'est un objet. Ah, continuez.
Não tem problema, podes perguntar. Vai.
Alors, c'est un objet. Je comprends que c'est un objet de la maison. Oui. Et c'est un objet
Ah,
assez grand. Oh,
espera. Então,
ok.
é um objeto que. Não é um objeto da casa. É um objeto que a gente utiliza para ir, por exemplo, da casa ao centro da cidade ou para ir para comprar algumas coisas na vila, por exemplo.
Hmm. Est-ce que, alors, est-ce que c'est le toit d'un immeuble? Les ardoises?
Ah, não, espera um segundo porque vou te dar
Est-ce que c'est quelque
uma
chose qu'on
indicação.
utiliserait dans la construction d'une maison ou d'un immeuble?
Não utilizaríamos jamais para fazer uma construção. Digamos que a gente no chat quase respondeu a minha pergunta, mas não podes ver o chat claramente, tipo, regarder le chat. Mas, no entanto, estou a dizer que é um objeto que tem um guidão para dirigir, É um
Pour diriger,
objeto.
hein?
Não, então atenção, porque dirigir é quase isso, mas é um objeto que tem duas rodas. É um
Ah, je t'ai
objeto.
perdu. Un objet qui se... Ah, répétez s'il vous plaît.
É, é, vou redizer tudo do início. É
Ok.
um objeto que a gente utiliza para sair da casa. Para
Pour
sair.
sortir
Exa
de la maison.
ex
Alors, ok.
exatamente, percebiste.
Est-ce que c'est
Mas,
la porte?
mas quase, mas quase. Poderia ser, mas não é, na verdade. Não é, porque eu estiver a utilizar, a falar de um objeto que tem duas rodas. Duas rodas.
Ça, je comprends
Que
pas. Ce n'est pas la fenêtre.
não, é um objeto que tem um motor. Tem um motor
Oh,
e tem duas rodas. Não tem quatro, mas tem duas.
ça, je comprends pas
Percebiste?
très bien. C'est quelque chose avec un moteur qu'on peut utiliser pour sortir de la maison. C'est pas la voiture, c'est pas une bicyclette parce que ça a un moteur. Euh,
Estás a. tá- realmente. Estás
je suis proche.
perto do objeto, exatamente. Estás perto do objeto. Se não é se não é um carro, se não é uma bicicleta, o que é que poderia ser?
Hmm.
O que é que
C'est
poderia
quelque chose.
ser?
Un, un moto?
Exatamente.
Ah,
Esteve a falar de uma moto. Exatamente.
Yes, so that went well. So the word that the correct answer in English would be a motorcycle, right?
Exactly. By the way, you speak a bit of Spanish, Norbert.
Yeah.
How was your understanding of European Portuguese?
Well, I think it was slightly harder to understand than the Brazilian Portuguese, I think. But I haven't really been
Yeah.
paying that much attention because I've been trying to add another guest.
Don't worry. No worries. But yeah.
I think Leonardo, your Portuguese is really good. Like
that was a good challenge.
it was a good challenge, and also actually many people were kind of close to what you were saying, so they were kind of
Yeah,
they knew that you were talking
exactly.
about a vehicle, like yeah, maybe without a roof. No, it's a car. It takes two people. So people were following through. Some people thought it was taxi.
A scooter, and Shersha actually got the right answer. And
What
they
is the
said,
word
and
for?
it's
What is the Portuguese word for wheel?
a roda.
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 See, that's the part I couldn't understand. You were saying like two wheels.
Yeah, because you know what the issue is, in my opinion, is because Portuguese has quite of a pronunciation which is not that close to Spanish and other Romance languages either. It's quite
A lot of
distant.
the times,
Yeah.
if a word ends in an S, it's like je, like dois.
Yeah. Duas rodas, dois carros. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so I think that later on, all people kind of figured that you were talking about una motocicleta, right?
Motocicleta, exatamente.
Yes. And at first, Pavel, like just when you started describing, he thought it was un descapotable. What's that?
Basically, it's a cabrio car with a roof that can go open, basically.
Okay. Yeah, so at that stage of your description, I think it was kind of a valid guess, I suppose, right? But later
I didn't
on.
at first. You said something covered, and that's what made me think roof. But I wasn't sure.
But I think Leonardo said it was not covered.
Not covered, but there was something
not
covered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not covered, exactly.
Yes, so I think that we are ready to add one more person that just managed to join us, Daniel. So Daniel, you're going to join us now. Get ready.
And
hello.
Hello, Daniel.
So Daniel, you have muted yourself. So if you could just unmute yourself.
Salut, bună!
Yes, Daniel.
Salut!
So,
Salut! Bună seara! Salut!
Bună seara!
Salut!
Daniel, please tell us where are you calling from and what languages do you speak?
Bună seara! Eh,
Did
I
you hear?
speak
Did you hear what I said? Could you just introduce yourself and tell us what languages do you speak?
Okay. I speak Romanian. I'm connecting from Mexico City.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I'm half Transylvanian and half.
Uh huh.
Well, in
Yes.
my opinion, we cannot hear you really well. I mean, it's interrupting.
Yeah, Daniel. So we have some connection issues. I'm not sure how we can improve that.
Okay.
Maybe you need to reconnect real quick. Maybe that would help. Sometimes it helps.
Okay.
So please reconnect, and
Okay,
we're
okay.
going to add you again.
I wanna.
Oh, and Leonardo disappeared.
We lost Leonardo.
Leonardo. So Leonardo, please rejoin also. Okay.
I also have, if you need it, I have a word description and a sentence in French if anybody wants to do that challenge. Oh, there he is.
I am back. Why did you throw me out, basically?
By accident, I suppose.
Okay, because actually, I thought like I saw a message. Thank you for joining, and then reconnect. Okay, I should reconnect, I guess then.
Things can happen. So let's add Dan one more time, okay, and see if that would help. So let's wait. Hello, Daniel. Can you hear us all right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no! Oh no!
No,
oh,
no, no.
You hear?
Yeah,
poor connection.
unfortunately, you're breaking up, Daniel. So we won't be able to connect. Maybe you could connect through your phone. Maybe that would improve. Or what do you think? Hello.
Hello. Salut. Bună.
Okay, maybe
Salut.
let's try that. So we don't want to of those technical things. So Daniel, my idea is that you could give us a challenge in Romanian.
¿Qué quiere, Conchita?
If the audio is going to work, but it's
Adiós, nos vemos.
just slowing down. Hello.
You could give us a written sentence in Romanian.
I was thinking about that maybe Daniel, you could write a sentence in Romanian.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do this one Romanian exercise. If you could write a sentence in Romanian, we're going to display it and try to decipher it, like what it means.
I can try to put.
Meanwhile, Leonardo, you can also think about a sentence in Portuguese that you could write down, because that could be interesting to have a look at the written form.
Cool. Hey, I really like to thank you because I actually never used Portuguese in this challenge and it's becoming quite fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you used it before with Theo, I think, like some weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely comes in handy. And Peter, you said you have a French word to describe, possibly.
Yeah, I could do that if anybody wanted to. Although I think Leonardo probably knows French pretty well, so that might not be a challenge for him.
Disons que pour moi je peux pas jouer parce que moi je suis fluide, donc je joue pas.
Okay, so
see?
we probably won't be able to see that, Daniel. So if you could type it into the chat.
Okay.
You see there is a guest chat, so you can type it there.
Yeah, in the private chat, yeah.
Yeah, in the private chat, or you could also just write it into the main chat, I suppose. But the private chat would be better, because then I could copy it and paste it.
Norbert, I am sorry to interrupt you, but I gotta get something to drink because my throat is really giving up.
No
So
worries. Yes, grab
I'm-
something to drink. Yes.
I'll come back in a sec.
Okay.
Please let me on the line. I'll come back.
Okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. So Shirsha just mentioned that the Portuguese challenge was pretty understandable for them.
Nice. I thought the Portuguese, I mean, I don't know a lot of Portuguese, but it sounded good.
A while ago, I did a challenge like that with a polyglot Erika from Brazil. We recorded a video. It was just like a
I think I remember that one.
freestyle conversation, but it was at the beginning of my YouTubing, so it was just me trying myself with Portuguese basically. It wasn't.
And then
structured.
Brazilian Portuguese is pretty different from European too.
Yeah,
I can. So
I think I had more exposure to the Brazilian Portuguese. That's why I might find it
okay.
easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the sentence. So, Leonardo, don't read it yet. Don't read it yet because I need to display it on the screen. Just let me edit this. In the background. And here it comes.
Okay.
So, Leonardo, wait. So first of all, Daniel, if you could read that to us, read that for us in Romanian.
De unde pot să cumpăr medicament despre un boală?
One more time.
De unde pot să cumpăr medicament despre un boală?
Okay, so I think that we do have some ideas now, right? So maybe let's start with Peter. Do you have an idea for a translation of the sentence?
I do. I think I have it all except for maybe the last word.
Okay.
Should I say it or should I?
So maybe you could type it into the interview chat. Okay, and the same Leonardo, do you have any ideas?
Yeah. Shall I write my translation in English?
Yes. So once you're ready, and also people in the chat, you can also write your sentences. Actually, yeah, people do. Meanwhile. Okay. So we're just waiting for Leonardo to type in his response. Okay. So I think now we can present it. So first, let's start with Peter. Peter, what's your translation?
I thought it was where can I buy or where can one buy medication for a cold?
And what about you, Leonardo? What's your guess?
From where de unde? He said, from where can we buy a medicine for an illness? That's what I got.
For an illness, okay. And let's have a look at what people said in the comments. Lucas, that's in French. So Peter, if you could read that.
That's
No.
French.
That's Portuguese. Onde pode-se comprar medicamento?
Okay.
And then he put 3 dots and then a question mark. Yeah.
Laura, the same. ¿Dónde se puede comprar medicamentos?
D'où est-ce qu'on pourrait acheter les médicaments pour une rhume?
Dusty, where can I buy medicine for? People struggling with this last bit. Um, and Shirsha, from where can medicines be purchased? Okay. And Katyusha just responded, it's Pharmacia. So, who was the closest, Dan? What is the correct answer? You can say it. I think we
Yes.
might be able to hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, the Italian one, Leonardo.
So, what's the correct answer?
Yeah. Where can I buy medication for an illness?
For an
The
illness.
response is a pharmacy.
And
It's
response.
the answer. It's a pharmacy. That's the answer.
That's yes.
It's a
So
place. It's a place. So the
Katyusha,
answer is
she got that.
farmacia. Yes. You got that.
That's
Voila. Voila is an illness.
Voila, it's the only word that it's not from Latin origin. It's
I
from
think
Old Slavic.
Slavic
Do you recognize
languages.
it, Norbert?
Yes. So let me
I don't
just.
know if you do recognize from Polish.
So, for example, in Polish, we have the word ból or bóle, which means pains or aches. There is a connection there, or just ból as pain.
Yeah.
So I think that's the word. And
Yeah,
actually,
we have the same.
at least that's Polish. But I think that in Serbian we have a Serbian bola maybe is pain. Yes. So I think in
Yeah,
Serbia
we say the same in
or
Romanian.
Croatian.
Voila de. We
Yes.
say the same. Voila de cap is like a disease of the head. Voila de
Une maladie.
something else. Voila of the stomach.
But what's
Maladide.
interesting in
Voila
Polish,
de.
the word sickness or illness would be choroba.
Ah,
With
Chor-
CH.
Yes.
Choroba.
Yes, choroba, which is I think in some other languages, like Romance languages, it means something else. Like I think in Spanish it's a condition. Claudio, he's spelling that in Polish, so with CH.
Yeah.
I think it's a hunchback. Is that the?
I don't know that word.
what?
It reminds me of jarabe, which means syrup in Spanish.
No,
But
sorry.
it's nothing.
It's
Nothing
it's
close.
a hump.
Ah,
I think Laura, yeah, joroba in Spanish is a hump. Yeah, I confused those words. So that's kind of interesting how the meaning across languages shifts. So even though the words have common etymology, they use differently in different languages, but within the same category, kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Illness in Serbian is bolest. Bolest, which
It is similar.
It's very very similar. In Polish, we can use that as boleść, but it just means something that hurts you, basically. Yes. So Daniel, thank you so much for this challenge. Unfortunately, because we have the internet connection here, we can't really hear you very well, so we can't do more challenges. But if you sort this problem out, you can call us back. If not today, maybe some other time.
Yeah.
It was great because there is always there is not enough
Yeah,
Romanian
sorry, my
representation
connection
on the
is
show.
very poor.
Yeah, so no worries. We appreciate the challenge anyways. It was great.
Yeah, sorry.
So we'll have to disconnect now, but thank you so much because, as I said, Romanian is very underrepresented in this kind of shows, so it's always great. Yeah, so we've got that. So we've covered 2 challenges already, Portuguese and Romanian.
Wait. I don't know why, but sometimes my camera is flickering. I'm sorry about that.
If it keeps flickering, you can reconnect, okay? But it's stable for
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
it
going
does.
to
It does
reconnect.
keep. Yes, it does keep
I'll
flickering.
reconnect, and then you'll re-get me back in because I just wrote a sentence in Portuguese
Yes,
for
that's
the thing.
great. Yes, we can do that. So we are about to engage with the Portuguese sentence. So if anyone wants to join us right now, you're welcome to try get through. Okay. I see some people just got through the challenge that we've got, so
Yeah.
the responses are a
I'm
little
not really
bit
looking at the
delayed.
YouTube comments. I could look at them right now. I want to know how our Romanian ended in Mexico. I want to know that too.
Federico, yes. If Daniel calls us back at some point, maybe we can ask him. But unfortunately, the audio wasn't that great, and for this kind of conversation, we need to have an audio.
I have a friend from Mexico here in the US who is trying to learn Russian. He's really passionate about Slavic languages and things like that.
You said from Romania, a friend from
He's from
Romania.
Mexico.
He's from Mexico. Yes,
Hmm.
I lived in Mexico for some time also when before the pandemic and during the pandemic also. So
Yeah. I've actually never been there, and I'm not that far. Well, I mean, I'm in the US, but we have a lot of Mexican people here where I live.
yes, Mexico is a massive country. There's just so much to see and so many
Yeah, and
different.
every state, I mean, my friend tells me every state has like a different culture, different cuisine, very rich country.
Yes, yes. I mean, you could just spend months and months exploring Mexico. I spent most of my time in one location in central Mexico, in Guanajuato state, but
Hmm.
yeah, just because I was busy doing things, growing
Yeah.
this channel. I mean the ecolinguist channel and stuff. So I couldn't really travel that much, but I'd like to go back and explore more.
Hmm. Yeah. A lot of Americans take their vacations in Cancun.
Yes, but I mean in Cancun and Quintana Roo state, it has lots of like natural beauty.
Hmm.
No, but it's
Quintana Roo.
very. It's the name of the state,
Quintana Roo.
Quintana Roo. Yeah, I think that's how we pronounce it. And but I think that if you want to see more like authentic culture, Mexican culture, you would see it more in surrounding
Yeah, in
states,
like
maybe.
the capital or yeah,
Yeah,
Oaxaca.
yeah. Cancun was basically like built as a city. It was built just for tourism, as a tourism
Yeah, it was
base.
built for Americans.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's still great to spend some time there, and there are beautiful cenotes, which are like caves with water that
Oh, cool.
that you can kind of dive if you're into diving, or just explore with a guide.
Yeah,
Very refreshing and cool because it's super hot there. It's very
I'm
hot.
sure. I like hot weather though.
I thought I liked it, but after spending some time there, it's just like constantly sweating, and
Yeah.
it's very uncomfortable after a while. But when you have the access to cold springs like cenotes, it's
Yeah.
amazing. Yes, you can just cool down there.
We have Leonardo back again?
We don't have Leonardo yet, so I'm just waiting for him to join. Hopefully. Um, so we've got an answer from Dan, which might have his own
Ah,
channel. So my father is Mexican, my mama is Transylvanian.
cool.
That's great. So
Hmm.
Dan, thank you for your answer. And Dracula Nights with Dan. I wonder what that is. I will have to check out his channel
Yeah, I will too.
later. Okay, let's add Leonardo now. Leonardo, so you're back. You just need to unmute
Re-bienvenue.
yourself.
Hello, sorry, but hello?
Yes?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we can hear you.
Fantastic. No, because I actually reconnected immediately, but then I waited because you were like discussing and I didn't know why. Then you said that I was not connected even though I was. I reloaded the page and you found me. Basically, that was it.
You see. So sometimes you need to refresh the page.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, my sentence disappeared from my guest chat. So if you could display the last sentence I wrote in Portuguese on the screen so that I can read it, because I am not able to read it right now because I don't have the guest chat
No
anymore.
worries. So we're going to switch to a different screen now, and I'm going to copy that sentence in Portuguese. So we're going to try to decipher it together. I think that's gonna be yes. So this is it. Let me make it bigger, maybe.
I started with a calm one. Then maybe we can go ahead to something more challenging. But
Okay, so Leonardo, please read the sentence in Portuguese.
so I will use European Portuguese right now, or
I mean, actually, are you able to switch from European Portuguese to Brazilian Portuguese, or you just been studying
no?
European Portuguese?
I am able to switch.
Interesting. Okay, so let's read in the European Portuguese first.
Ok. Onde é que a gente vai comprar comida no centro da cidade?
Okay. And now read that same sentence in Brazilian Portuguese.
Onde é que a gente vai comprar comida no centro da cidade?
Interesting.
Different.
Yeah, sounds differently. I wonder what people who are watching will be able to tell, like, tell the difference. But yes, Peter, do you have any ideas what it could be?
Yeah, I think I understand it.
Yeah, I think
Do you want me
it's
to
an
say?
easy one.
Well,
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just say it.
So sorry to interrupt, but a friend of mine just wrote me a message. So I would like to say hello to Giorgio, who's watching. So hello.
Okay, greetings to Georgia.
Greetings to
exactly.
Georgia.
Giorgio, yeah.
Giorgio.
Tanto salute. Is he Italian?
Tanti saluti,
Tanti
exactly,
saluti.
yeah.
Tanti saluti.
Salve, Giorgio. Ave.
Salve, salve.
Salve I cześć in Polish. But anyways, Peter, what's the translation of the sentence?
I think it means, where do people go to buy food downtown? Or in city center?
Yeah, downtown, exactly.
Downtown, exactly. Yeah, it's when you see it written, it's just so easy. It's just so easy to see the cognates. So that was easy. Leonardo, do you have another one, another sentence that is maybe more challenging from a different kind of?
Well, it will be more of a structured sentence, not really like a question that will make somebody guess, but more of a sentence that somebody could translate and could structure.
We have a charto that translated that into, I think,
It's Latin.
Ubi populi imparare quibare in centrum civitatis. Recte dicis.
I usually use ecclesiastical pronunciation for that, so I would have said civitatis.
Yeah, so
But I'm Catholic, so
how would you read that in ecclesiastical pronunciation?
I would say ubi populi eunt parare cibaria in centrum civitatis.
Yeah.
It sounds more Italian to me a little bit.
A little bit.
Uh, and a question from Lucas. A gente in Portuguese means we. Leonardo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but people or we depends on the cases, but we, yeah, exactly. It's actually I found agent. Actually, he's right, but I had a long discussion with my Portuguese teacher about this, and he said that it's really variable, case by case, let's say. But yeah, the most
Right.
natural translation of agent would be we in this case.
So you say that it depends on the context?
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting because I think like we do the same thing in French. Like on is like the impersonal third person pronoun on, but people use it all the time to just mean we. On est trois, you know, on se rencontre. It means we frequently.
Laura suggested we the people. Maybe that's
the beginning of our Constitution or
something like
Declaration
that.
of Independence.
Official document. Yeah, like we the people. Maybe that's the closest translation to it, or like maybe it's kind of
Yeah,
related.
that makes sense.
So Leonardo is writing a sentence. So Peter, you've got some experience with Latin then.
Yeah, well, I'm Catholic, and so just you hear it in church all the time, and it's
Okay.
related to French and Spanish. So yeah, I
So
mean,
you
I don't know
learned
if I
some
could like,
phrases only, or
yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to understand when reading it.
because you mentioned the ecclesiastical pronunciation, that just means that you actually, maybe because you are interested in languages, you kind of pick up the phrases as they.
Yeah, and like if a priest is
spoken.
saying Mass in Latin, he'll use the ecclesiastical pronunciation, which is really not the way it would have been spoken, because I think they would have used the hard C and they would have pronounced V like U, but that's not how it's done in the church. But I haven't actually studied Latin formally. I know it has 5 cases, and that kind of scares me. I can recognize a couple of them.
Well, it's not 5. I am sorry to scare you again, but it's 6 cases.
Is it ablativo?
Someone will correct us.
Yeah.
Wait a second, because I actually have a doubt on something. So, okay, that would be the.
Because I know, wait, Polish has 5 cases or 6 or 7?
7.
7. Russian has 6 only?
I think it has one less, because in Polish we also have vocative. And
German has
Charto
4.
just informing us there is nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative, and vocative.
Okay, 6.
So ablative is very interesting. I don't think we have that.
Yeah.
In Polish.
Ablative actually disappeared basically in modern languages because it's a sort of a multifunctional case in Latin, which is quite strange actually because in many cases, well, nominative is the subject, genitive is possession, and all the other cases you basically know what those mean. But ablative, what does ablative do? Basically, in most of the cases, when you want to express something in a really simple and paratactical way, and you are not doing it with the other cases because that wouldn't make sense, then basically you would use ablative for a mean, for a function, for time. Sometimes we use ablative. It's quite widely used in Latin actually. It's always characterized by the and long vowel. So if you want to distinguish in pronunciation, for example, sometimes you have um, cases where you don't know what to do, because, for example, in the fifth declension you have genu, which means knee, but then you have genu is the nominative case, but then you have genu, which is the ablative case, which has a long vowel. It's always characterized by the last vowel, which is long. Yeah.
And an interesting fact from Daniel that Romanian has 3 cases:
Yeah.
vocative, nominative, accusative, and genitive, dative, kind of together. I'm not sure how it works, but it's definitely interesting to explore with
Well,
Romanian.
from what
The
I
only
understood,
Romance. Go ahead,
go
Leonardo.
ahead.
I was just going to say
Go ahead.
Romanian is, I think, the only living Romance language that still has cases.
Romanian.
Well, yeah, might be. Actually, some living situation in a in some rare cases is in Occitan too. I think. I think Occitan still has some cases where something comes from declensions. I am not sure. We should ask our friend Parpayum Blau, which will surely answer our question.
Yes, definitely. So I think we are ready to have a look at another Portuguese sentence. So let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't look
Well,
great. Wait, it doesn't look great. I
C'est
have
très
to
long.
fix it.
é mais comprida
Très
da
petit.
última. Sim, é mais comprida da última, mas tem que ser mais difícil. Sim. E então fiz uma frase mais comprida. Maior, sim. Mais comprida.
Je pense que je peux comprendre.
Okay, so before you present your answer, Peter, let's listen to it in European Portuguese and then in Brazilian Portuguese, Leonardo.
Então, pessoalmente, eu gosto muito de dirigir a moto, de tocar piano e de aprender idiomas. Gosto realmente muito da música e das línguas. Basically, I used two different synonyms in this case because it would make it a bit less complicated, let's say.
Okay, so you just read it in the European Portuguese language,
Okay.
right? And now Brazilian.
Actually, maybe some words will change, but I'm not sure. Ok, pessoalmente gosto muito de dirigir a moto, de tocar piano e de aprender idiomas. Gosto realmente muito de música e das línguas.
Okay, so Peter.
The Brazilian Portuguese sounds much more rustic. I don't know what would be a good word for it.
Well, it has pessoalmente gosto de dirigir a moto, de tocar realmente. It has some of those. I don't know if I would define it rustic. Yeah.
Well, I don't mean that in a negative sense at all. I like that sound.
Yeah. But I don't know if rustic is a good word. I'll think about that.
I don't know what would be a better word, but yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounds different. It has different melody to it, I think. But yeah, Peter, so what do you think it means?
I think it means, personally, I really like riding the motorcycle, playing piano, and learning languages. I really like music and languages.
Exactly. Yeah, that was an easy one.
So that was easy.
We have this flickering issue again. Oh shoot! Wait, I'll try to do something.
I like playing the piano too.
You like playing the piano?
Oh.
Actually, I have a music degree, so yeah, that's my main instrument.
I will take a music degree like in a couple of years. I am following I am doing exams every year to get a music grade.
Cool. That's awesome.
That's great. So piano. It's what interesting thing is that What kind of piano is it? Is it grand piano or is it just a regular piano?
Mine, I have a grand piano, Steinway and Sons.
Because in terms of words, for example, in Polish we do distinguish grand piano and a regular piano. So
Well,
we have the word
in
fortepian for the bigger one that you kind of use somewhere in the put in the big room, and then pianino is the one that you use that is like the
oh,
narrow one that
that's
The
you put
spinning.
yeah,
against the wall.
that's interesting because well, in Italian, in Portuguese, and French, we do not really distinguish those. If I say I play the piano, I just play the piano. Gosto
Yeah,
de
it could
tocar
be
piano.
the word
Basically,
piano in French could be any of them, and then you can use another word to like qualify which one.
esattamente, Laura, è il pianoforte in italiano, esatto, sì, quella
In Polish,
stiamo cercando.
fortepiano.
Pianoforte, fortepiano.
Fortepian. Yeah.
Fortepiano is more of a dynamic marking, but pianoforte is the instrument because it can play both piano and forte.
Yeah, but wait, it's interesting because more an older instrument, uh, let's say an antecedent of the modern pianoforte was the fortepiano, which is a different instrument, which is an instrument which was used around the 19th century, which basically had a bit more of less dynamics, less stuff. It was quite of a different instrument, actually. It's in between a harpsichord and a modern piano.
So that was
That's what that's what Chopin, for example, used at his time. He basically played on a fortepiano and not on a pianoforte. Yeah.
I am about to run out of battery, so I may need to plug in here.
all right. All right. So
Just give me a moment.
all right, that's fine. You can do that. Meanwhile, what we're gonna do? I see Pavel responded with a Spanish sentence, which is personalmente me gusta mucho ir en moto, tocar el piano y aprender idiomas. Me gusta mucho la música y las lenguas.
Well, yeah. Actually, idiomas and language is basically the same thing, but I didn't want to reiterate the same thing, and it would have been like interesting to see if well, he actually speaks Spanish. I thought of it right now, but for example, for a French speaker, this alternation of idiomas and language, it would be have been interesting for me to see if it threw the person off or not, because idiomas has nothing to do with les langues in French, so that really could throw off and see what does this mean exactly.
Yes, so there is many synonyms. Even in Spanish, I think you could use the word lenguaje also, which is wait, Peter, you are muted. Yes.
Linguagem in Portuguese.
Yes,
That doesn't
Peter?
quite have the same meaning though. Like in French they have that too. They have la langue et le langage, but le langage is used more for
Yeah,
like
exactly.
technical language, like
Yeah,
technical
yeah,
language, not
yeah,
like a language that you would
exactly.
speak.
Exactly. Yeah. That's in Italian too. Il linguaggio.
Yeah, interesting. In Polish, we just have the word język, which translates as tongue or language. It's
Ah,
so
But you don't differentiate between like technical language or like a language that you speak.
if we have if we need to use that distinction, we would use the word jargon. Jargon, which I think it's jargon in English, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have this kind of terminology, but it's a very specialized one. Jargon, yeah. Lothario. That's how it's spelled. Okay, so what else can we do today? Do you want to do another challenge maybe before we wrap it up?
I could do a French challenge, although Leonardo would probably get it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Is it a difficult word?
It's not that difficult.
Well, I don't think I'm going to play because I think I just like studied French for 7 years now, and I am in depth into literature, methodology. So I maybe we could do some other challenge, but French would be way too easy for me, I think.
But what we can do still, it could be a challenge for me and also for people who are watching. So we
Yeah.
could, so Peter, you could just describe a word in French, and we will just see what people in the comment section are going to say and if they're going to
Okay,
get
Norbert,
it.
what's your level of French?
0.
Okay.
Ok, alors, son niveau il est 0.
And Leonardo,
Bon,
Vas-y.
you
c'est
can
parti.
just Leonardo, you can just yeah, listen to it, and maybe after Peter gives all his hints, maybe you can add some extra hints or something if you know the
C'est
word already.
bien. Ça va, ok. Allons-y
Bon, c'est
alors.
parti. Allons-y.
Ouais.
Tu es prêt? Ok, cet objet, c'est un objet qui se trouve dans la maison, dans toutes les maisons et dans toutes les chambres de la maison. C'est un objet, elle est de forme ronde et elle est typiquement en verre. Quelquefois, elle est en plastique, mais typiquement plus souvent en verre. Et elle est typiquement installée dans le plafond de la chambre, mais quelquefois aussi dans une lampe. Et elle émet de la lumière.
Eh, I have an idea,
Ok.
but let's
Tu
wait for
peux,
people to write their answers into the chat. So Peter,
tu peux me demander
you can
des questions.
continue with more hints, or you can repeat the hints that you already said.
Oui, tu peux me demander des questions si tu veux, en anglais ou en une autre langue romane, si tu en connais.
Okay, is it used for a specific kind of? What do you use it specifically? Like, do you use it specifically for something
Oh,
to drink, a liquid?
non, c'est typiquement utilisé pour éclairer la salle. Alors, ça rend plus facile pour lire ou, oui, pour éclairer la salle.
C'est donc.
Leonardo,
Ah, yeah.
do you have extra hints or?
D'autres
Yeah,
questions?
personnellement, non, non, mais moi, je crois que j'y suis arrivé. Mais
Ok.
si j'ai bien deviné, je vais essayer de donner d'autres pistes pour les gens. Donc, normalement, ça se trouve au- si s'il est utilisé avec une lampe, si j'ai bien compris l'objet, elle est autour de la lampe, n'est-ce pas?
Non, c'est dans la lampe.
Okay, so my question is, how big
Ah,
is it? How big is it?
C'est un objet assez petit et en verre. Elle est en verre et elle est de forme ronde, comme j'ai dit avant. Et quoi d'autre? Elle est électrique.
Oh.
Il faut la
mais,
brancher.
mais attends,
Ça prend.
comment, ah, attends, comment ça? Tu as dit que c'est dans la lampe et c'est électrique, mais l'élément électrique, c'est la lampe, c'est pas le verre.
Ah, c'est pas vrai?
Okay.
Si la lampe est électrique, mais la chose dont je parle est aussi électrique.
Ah, ok.
Okay, so I have a guess. I think it's probably going to be wrong because based on your last hint, I think it totally changes
Ah,
everything. But
une chose de plus. Elle est transparente.
okay. So before I reveal my guess that I had, let's see what people said in the chat. So we've got a lamp, we've got a light bulb. Un objeto encontrado en todo cuarto de una casa. Then changed to a light bulb, a lamp, una bombilla, la lampadina, uma lampada, un abajur.
Não. Uma lâmpada, uma abajur.
Ah, okay. This is French, I think. L'ampoule.
L'ampoule, Lothario says.
Paweł Wierzba, quizás una lámpara.
Una lámpara.
Plafond in Serbian, which is ceiling.
C'est ça.
Bulb, lampada mesmo. Lampadina. There is so many. Żarówka is in Polish, which means light bulb. This is from pool.
C'est une ampoule.
Yes. So I see where it's going. So most people said that it was a light bulb, right? That's their
Most
type.
said it was either the lamp or a light bulb.
Yes. And I thought it was a wine glass at first. I thought it was a wine glass, but after that you said that it's something electric. I completely lost it. I had no idea what it could be. Because I already forgot all the hints that you said at first. But
well, it's definitely a light bulb.
Yeah.
So for all the people who guessed that's
or
great.
in French, une ampoule. And the clue is, I mean, I know I said it's in a lamp, but I also said it's installé dans le plafond. And whoever said in Serbian, plafond is ceiling, installed in the ceiling. Yeah.
Yes. So people figure it out, and I think in Romanian it's going to be un bec, maybe.
C'est le bulbe. Oui, non, c'est le bulbe qui est au centre de la lampe. Oui.
So it's a light bulb. It's a light bulb.
Yes.
So that was good. You see. And Leonardo, what about you? Because I think you didn't know the answer immediately. You did need some clarifications.
I did need. Well, actually, I did need some clarifications, but not in literally understanding the clue, because I understood that it was used in every every room of the house, on the ceiling, in the lamp. So I got all the clues perfectly, but then at a certain stage, I thought like, oh, where is he sending me then? And then at a certain stage, I got it.
Yes, I understood. La maison. So I know some words just because I worked with the videos on my channel, dealing with French, and I was doing captioning there with it. So I was able to kind of pick up some words even without meaning to, just by working with French. So that worked for me.
Żarówka in Polish, okay.
It's żarówka in Polish, and Claudio brings up the plafoniera in Italian, which is a big light bulb on the ceiling.
La plafoniera, sì, la plafoniera, è vero, sì.
So that's very specific. It's a very specific word.
Yeah.
And actually in Serbian they also have plafonierka, which is a lamp that stands on ceiling.
Like maybe a light fixture that's kind of hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So that was a good challenge. And everybody could participate. So that's great. So I think we can finish the show here because we've been doing it for a while, and I'm glad that so many people called because it's It's the second episode on this channel,
Da.
so I didn't expect too
Da,
many
un
people.
bec electric. Da. Mulțumesc, mulțumesc, Dracula.
Thanks for inviting us, Norbert.
Yes, thank you so much. I enjoyed this kind of challenges, and I like the fact that we could focus on one language family in one stream, because it makes things much easier. So
A little
that-
less chaotic.
less chaotic, and we've got a bigger
Realmente,
chance.
realmente muito obrigado. Realmente
Muito
muito obrigado.
obrigado.
Merci beaucoup.
Gracias a todos. Merci beaucoup.
太谢谢你们了。OK，à la prochaine.
Yes, so everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to switch to a different screen now. So thank you for hanging out today. The next stream is going to be next Wednesday on the Slavic Languages Hub. If you're interested, you can join. And then we're going to have a general stream on the Ecolinguist channel, and then going to do the Germanic Languages Hub and Romance Languages Hub again. So basically, once a month, I'm planning to do a stream here on this channel dedicated just to Romance languages. So you're welcome to participate in the future or in other shows that are going to be happening on the Ecolinguist channel as well. So have a great night, everybody, and hasta luego.